Good afternoon, you handsome lot. As you can see on the ramp behind me, we've got a 2015 Audi A6 Allroad 3 litre V6 diesel. Now, it has got a little bit of a water leak, so we're going to get involved and have a little look. Well, me say getting involved and have a little look, I already have had it diagnosed yesterday and I've ordered a pipe, but I'm going to show you how I've diagnosed it and where the fault is. First thing I've done is go ahead and get me coolant pressure kit, test kit out. I'm going to get the correct cap for it, give it a little bit of a screw on, grab the pump, connect it up, and can I put my camera somewhere? Find somewhere to stick it to. I know, let's get me trolley. Let's get me trolley. Can you see? Yeah, that's it. Right, and then what we've done once all connected up, give it a good pump and get that pressure right up. And I'm going to go and get a little torture-rooney. We're going to have a little bit of an inspectigation. Is that a word? I don't know. We'll make it up. We'll make it up. Obviously, that system is going to pressurise it and is going to make the job 10 times easier for you lot or any mechanic to find any leaks. Now, I know where the fault is because I found it yesterday. We have a little look. The coolant going to the turbo. Can you see it leaking there? Well, that is where it's leaking water, obviously, because it is leaking. It's one of them days today. It is Friday. It's been a long week. Right, so we get involved and get it replaced. I'm going to go ahead now and take the vehicle up in the air and we're going to drain the coolant out of it. Make sure you've got the cap off so it's not creating a vacuum and all that water will flow out. Lovely. Right, now I've got the vehicle up in the air. We've got our lovely little receptacle on standby. We're going to get ourselves a flathead screwdriver now. We're going to undo the drain bung. Can't do this one-ended. It's slipping. I'm going to leave this. There's no coolant in that, so it's probably been leaking for a while by the looks of it. That is just plain tap water, which is clear. It's not very good, especially in a car like this. It does need coolant in it. Hang on. That's better. I can get two hands on the job now. I'm going to wind it right out. And let that water drain out. And while that's draining out, I'm going to go for a little sky barooning. And we're going to have a catch up on what Aaron from Curbside is getting up to on his YouTube. Now, this job is nothing special at all. It's just a little pipe and we're going to get it replaced. Now, we do need to remove a little spring clip from here. Now, these pliers by Surdoff, they are absolutely insane. They've got two little grooves in them, specially designed for these clips, and it makes the job so much easier. Okay, effortless. Right, let's go ahead now, get our little T30. Hopefully this pipe is going to come out relatively easy. It can either come out easy or it's going to put up a fight and snap and cause all sorts of problems. I might have to do this two hands. You'll have to bear with me. Right, well, as soon as I put my two hands on it and give it a good wiggle rooney side to side, and I was extra careful with it because the last thing I wanted was this aluminium pipe to snap. Now I've got to get it off the rubber hose, and what I have invested in these last couple of days is a special pick-off snap-on that does rubber hoses, and it's designed to just go down the side of them and sort of break the seal off them. Simple. Now that pipe is now off. Simple job this, really. Now with that pipe removed, what we're going to do, we're not going to put that new pipe straight in. We're going to clean the cartridge of the turbo and make sure it's nice and clean. Basically, with a wire brush on the end of my drill. You're not going to cause any problems with it because it is cast, it's not aluminium, so you're not going to be damaging it with a little wire brush. Right, now that old pipe, let's have a little look at it and why it's failed. There's nothing wrong with the pipe at all. It's the little rubber O-ring, can it focus, on the end of it. Now, who designed something with a rubber ring that goes in a turbo that gets 500 degrees plus? Hot and cold over many years, that is going to go brittle and hard. But the brand new one has got a brand new, well, everything's brand new on it. It's a brand new pipe in it. Look at that O-ring. That's how it's meant to be sitting. Perfect. Right, now with that turbo looking 1,000,000% better than what it was, we're going to put the pipe in, but before we do, a small amount of red rubber grease on that rubber O-ring. So it should just slide in effortless without any force whatsoever. We get that connected back up now and torqued up. I think it's probably going to be about 8 to 10 newton meters, something like that. It's not very tight at all. Right. Now this customer has requested a new header tank as well. I don't know why, but they want to replace it. So we've got the brand new one here. I'm going to get it chucked on. It's fairly straightforward to do. It's a little T30. It's not a T30. Is it? T27, T25. Oh, T25, there we go. A little T25. Get that back down. And be careful with these plastic clips and these plastic connectors, because they can break and leave you in a lot of problem. And then two of them down and lift it up. I think, looking right here, electrical connector there. Can I get it off? Concentration going. Might need a little bit of persuasion. There we go. Electrical plug off now. And then the lower pipe. Be careful with these clips because they, when they pop out, they could just spring off and they can go anywhere. And there we go. That is one tank off. Now when we put the new tank on, what we're going to do, we get ourselves a little bit of red rubber grease, put it around all the fittings, so the pipes should, where's the other one gone? It should just slide on. And clip into place. Don't forget to plug the level sensor in. And the last two pumps. We can get that T25 now. How simple was that? Right, after everything has now been swapped over, shall we go ahead and get this coolant system filled up? And of course, I'm going to be using this. I'm going to show you exactly how to use this now. Now, with the vacuum taps connected to the header tank, get your airline. Now, this kit will only work on an air supply. Make sure that tap at the bottom there is closed off at 90 degrees, and that one is wide open. And then we can pull a vacuum on it. Hit the switch. And as soon as it goes, I like to put it probably halfway in the yellow. And then we're going to lock that switch off. Disconnect the airline. And leave that now for about 5 minutes, so, and that is also going to be checking for leaks as well. Now I like to leave these probably for about 5 minutes or so. Gives me enough time to go and get some fresh coolant for it. Now with these pipes, I don't know if you can see it on the bottom, but make sure it goes right to the bottom, because you don't want to be sucking any air in whatsoever. And providing that needle hasn't dropped, which it hasn't, I'm going to go ahead now and get the system filled up. And it is as easy as flicking that switch, and that will refill that coolant system. Absolutely brilliant these are, and there's a link in my bio. I'll take you to my link tree to get one. Brilliant. Once we finish filling that system up now, make sure that you put everything away and make sure that you look after all your tools, because you don't want to be losing anything or getting anything damaged. Now, even though I've done a vacuum test on the system and there's no leaks, I put my pressure pump on it and we put some pressure in it. Now the reason why I'm checking it like this, because when you put a vacuum on things, it sucks things in, so it might seal, if you get me. So when you pressurize it, it's going to expand things, and sometimes it can leak. I tell you what, air conditioning is a prime example of. I've had over the years where I've done air conditioning, put a vacuum test on it and it's passed, gone to fill it up, and the hose has been split, or it's got a tiny little pinhole in it. So yeah, that's been on now for a couple of minutes, and everything is bone dry. Once you're happy with everything underneath the bonnet, now we can get inside the car, and we can give it a big start up. Now I have done a full service on this yesterday, but I do need to reset the service lights, obviously, because I was waiting for parts and whatnot. There we go. It's now up and running. Right, well, I'll come and stand a little bit away from the car because these are noisy engines. Oh, in fact, I'll show you. And it is kind of hard for me to talk over the engine, which I am going to be buying, I think, soon. There's a little microphone, because I am getting a lot of people saying, oh, the audio is not the best. But we're trying. We are in a busy workshop, and you need to remember that. But yeah, I'm fairly confident that car is now going to be absolutely perfect. I'm going to leave it tick over now for a good half an hour, 45 minutes, while I pop up to the butcher's and get a fat butcher's back. We'll have a Fat Friday today, won't we? So yeah, I'm sorry that video is a little bit short and sweet, basic pipe swap over and a header tank. But yeah, something's better than nothing, eh? So, hey, I hope you all have a nice weekend. Keep it safe, and let's get it soon.